Hi, I'm Ken Parks, and I'm the Public Relations and Membership Director for Lariat Loop, which is a new membership group. Lariat Loop is a membership group that promotes the Lariat Loop National Scenic Byway. The roadway is 100 years old and actually forms a circle, but it just became a National Scenic Byway within the last year or so. So now many groups are getting together to promote the road as a great place to start travel around Jefferson County, Colorado, because Jefferson County has such natural beauty, and it's right next to downtown Denver. Today, Lariat Loop University has brought together a group of our members to talk about Western hospitality. And that's really what it's all about, is just welcoming people to our area, informing them, educating them as to all the natural beauty and wonder here, and then stopping for lunch and, staying overnight and spending time right here in this area because it's so rare and so beautiful. We think it's a little overlooked, and we think that Lariat Loop members are going to work together to make it a very popular place for people to travel from the local area, but from all around the West and even the world. So now, let's go hear from some of the experts, the people who have built the Lariat Loop, and see how they do it.
Go ahead.
Welcome to Red Rocks. I hope you enjoyed breakfast this morning. If you haven't been out to the facility, please, after the meeting, feel free. You can come and grab me. I can show you around. We have a lot of great spots. Obviously, this room that you're in today holds about 50. It's a great place for a meeting. We also have a conference room downstairs. It's just a little bit larger. It's set up a little bit better for meetings. You can hook up your laptop, do a PowerPoint and everything down there, so that's also great. And if you're interested in any personal things, we have obviously the gorgeous wedding site. Enjoy your meeting.
All right. I think I speak for everybody in the room, and certainly for the people of the distinguished panel to my right, that we try to immerse our guests and our members in our programs and our events. Here at Red Rocks Country Club, what I wanted to do today was to give you ideas. I listen to other people's ideas, and then I bend them or twist them to fit maybe to what we're doing here at the club. And I think all of us do that. So when I tell a story, or John tells a story, or Gail tells a story, or Lisa tells a story, or Don tells a story, they're just giving you great ideas that you might be able to take back and bend to what your organization does. What we try to do in this business is we all are trying to move from a commodity of a product and a service to an experience. We're all trying to do that. A commodity and a service has a certain price tag attached to it. When you move it to an experience, it can demand a premium price tag. And obviously, everybody in this room is in business to show a profit. We believe that the value of the experience, when you do create an experience, that lingers in the memory of the people that you're serving. So if you're just giving a product and a service and you have not augmented that commodity with an experience piece, an experiential piece, you won't have that strong memory component. The more senses, and I know there are some people from museums in here and art places that stage extraordinaire, and they get so many senses involved. I am a great customer of Don's Flights. That's sort of my place away from home. I'll go down there and have a glass of wine, and Don and I will talk about the hospitality business. But there's a little store next to Don's. I think it's called, and I think Ken has talked to him, it's called Giddy Up Clothing or something.
Don brought a check from Giddy Up today.
Congratulations. That gal is doing everything she can to create an experience, to draw people in, to create street appeal. I salute her, what she's doing down there. If any of you have been to Salt River Fields, I know John and I have, the spring training headquarters for the Rockies, you can see what they are doing to try to take an experience. It's not just about baseball down there, people. So we do a lot of demonstrations. We do a lot of hands-on things where you can pick your own food, customize your menu, take that and twist it to maybe what you're doing. We stage events, much like a realtor. We'll try to put backdrops in, and themes, and art, and props that try to, you saw a shot that Ken took of us at a garden table that possibly is going to be on the cover of a national magazine. Someday I'll be as good as Gail and get in Sunset Magazine perhaps. But and we're really proud of the fact that this culinary garden and the vegetables and that type of thing has caught the imagination of a lot of people. And we're really, really moving forward with that. I'm going to talk a little bit about Miller Coors Brewing for a minute. They're older than the Lariat Loop. They were founded in 1873. Definitely a Colorado classic. I had the privilege of managing Rolling Hills Country Club for many years and got to know the Coors family very well. You may know the ground that Rolling Hills is on is owned by the Coors family. And I heard them speak many times, and I've heard them talk about their innovation. The innovation of the Coors Company is just unbelievable. And if you take the tour, you will learn how they've been the leaders in innovation in that industry for many years. I have tried to visit most of the sites on the Lariat Loop to take in their customer service. Coincidentally, I didn't have to try to do these four. I've been there many, many times, and you're going to hear a little bit about what they do. Coors also is a leader in sustainability. If you read some of the things that they're doing, they're studying very hard how to lessen their impact on the environment. On the tour, they practice one of my favorite things, and that is they do have great visuals. They really draw you in with their memorabilia. Everybody loves memorabilia. Everybody loves the shop. I've spent a little bit more in the gift shop lately than my wife Kelly. When she sees it on the debit card, she goes, "Mark, what are you doing over there at Coors so much?" But I complimented Lisa. I've gone in about 4 times, and in the tasting room, some of the keys, the Ritz-Carlton, what do? The eye contact and the warm welcome, the anticipation of your needs, and then the fond farewell. They practice that to a T. So, Lisa, I hope I haven't built you up too much here, but Lisa, they're from the Miller Coors Brewing Company or just Coors?
You know, it's refer to us as corporate as Miller Coors, but we're in Golden, we're Coors Brewing Company. People come to see how Coors beer is made. They don't come to hear about Miller. Just like in my counterpart in Milwaukee, they go to see Miller Valley and how Miller was brewed. So thank you for that. Yeah, I don't have a lot more to say.
No.
I wasn't sure what to talk about today, and Don and I talked about, I didn't do a formal presentation, did you? And I'm like, no, I didn't do a formal presentation. So I kind of wanted to just go with the flow and kind of see where Mark was going with this. And so if I'm going in a direction that you guys would rather hear something else, stop me. But 2 things came to mind as I was hearing everyone speak in the other room and here is the experience and partnership. So I'm going to talk briefly about partnership and then talk a little bit more about experience. But partnership for us is huge, especially in our communities, whether it be Denver, Colorado, or more specifically in Golden. And some of the partnership things that we do in Golden, it's really, we're in a nice position. We don't need to drive traffic. We are kind of operating at capacity. But that doesn't mean we can rest on our laurels and just watch people come in and out of the door. We want to keep visible in the community's eyes. So we want to also help promote the community with which we live. So in Golden, we want to help the businesses thrive. We want to help the shops and the restaurants and the other attractions be part of that customer experience. So they don't come just to taste Coors beer and see where Adolf founded the original aquifers. We want to also talk about Golden, so we do a brief drive-through of Golden and talk about the history of Golden. In partnership, we do co-op advertising ventures with Golden, so when you're traveling out at DIA, you'll see a great shot of a glass of beer filling up, and it's on all the trains. As you're getting off and on the trains, you'll see this digital board. It makes you want to taste it, and it says something to the effect of, can't you just taste it? Well, yes, you can, and it's tagged with Golden. So it is obviously it's Coors Brewery Tour, but it's tagged with Golden. Again, we want to create that partnership. We have print ads with Golden, and again promoting both Golden and the tour. When people come to Golden and come on the tour, we have actually City of Golden employees in our visitor parking lot to interact with our visitors. Again, it's creating that total experience. They've gone on this tour, or they're waiting in line for the tour, but afterwards they want to go get lunch or they want to go get some ice cream. And so we've got Golden greeters that are City of Golden trained employees that talk about, I can go to the Railroad Museum with my kids after I go get ice cream, or they know, they're educated about Golden. So, and then one last thing kind of about the partnership. There's much more, but one more thing that the city does for us, and the marketing group and the downtown merchants, they host a tour rep appreciation night, but we've turned it into a tour rep education and appreciation night. So merchants come with the tour reps to kick off the summer, and all of the merchants have a 2-minute infomercial time to talk about their business, so that as my tour guides are driving the bus or tending bar or greeting people and checking IDs, and people are asking questions about where can I buy a fishing license, well, you can go to Meyer Hardware. They can be, they're beyond just talking about Coors Brewery and what we do. They're kind of mini concierges, if you will, built in, so it's enhancing that total experience. So that's kind of the partnership piece. And then the experiential piece, we're in a very old building. Like Mark said, 1873, there's parts of the brewery that probably were built then. And I have a feeling that we operate our tours in part of that building because things are falling apart. And we want it to look beautiful and wonderful, but we don't have a brand new facility. We're in an old facility. And even though we are Miller Coors, my budget is not that of Coors Light. I don't bring a profit. I do not bring any, I am a true cost center. So I don't have a lot of money to throw at different things. So we looked at, well, we can't build a new bar. I don't have the money for that. What can we impact to improve the experience? And we really looked at our people are our value. Our people, our tour reps. Those people are going to make the difference to the experience. And so Donald and I, and probably many of you in the room, went to the Colorado Tourism Office conference last October. And one of the speakers, and I'm totally stealing this man's thunder, was from, he formerly worked at Disneyland. He was Captain Nemo in his previous life and worked his way up through Disneyland, but he's now a consultant, and he talks about experience and creating a culture. So at Disneyland, you think of, wow, that place was really clean. It was, little kids are like, Mommy, Cinderella knew my name, and it was magical. Well, she's wearing the bunny, or the Mickey Mouse ears that has her name on it, but she doesn't think about that. Cinderella's magic. And Dad doesn't mind dropping $75 per person to get in because little kids are happy. And so we wanted to back up and find out, what are 3 things that we want our visitors saying when they are driving away from the Coors Brewery tour? What are things, besides like it's clean from the Disney World perspective or it's magical, what are the things that we want our visitors to say? So I, of course, had my things. I want them to say da-da-da, but I'm not the one that's interacting on a daily basis with the visitors. So we went through a long exercise. I'll spare all the gory details, but we came up with 3 things. My tour reps came up with 3 things that they wanted our visitors to be saying when they're leaving. And everything that we do should tie into these 3 things. That's, so our, the 3 things that we came up with is, wow, I didn't know. And just kind of da-da-da-da. Wow, I didn't know that this is the world's largest single-site brewery. Wow, I didn't know that the malt that goes into every Coors product is malted on property, that type of thing. One that surprised me, which I think is kind of cool, is they wanted people to drive away saying, these employees really are having fun. They're really proud to work here, which that wouldn't have been one that I had thrown out there, but that just talks to the pride that the tour reps have in working there. And then the last one was that it was a fun and I learned something. So kind of that fun and educational wow factor, and then the employees are proud to work there. And so in all of our meetings, we have a kind of a reflection time, and people share things that they did, simple things, like when we give a wristband, it prints their name on the wristband, and Ron, what can I get for you today? And you've maybe had a batch night. Coors Light last time. Did you know about our Super Cold? And remembering maybe what you had, or looking at the wristband and calling you by name. Simple things that mean a lot. So that's kind of what we try to do, and hopefully makes the experience a better piece. Because like I said, we can't build a brand new shiny bar, although I'm trying. But we can. The people can make the difference. So.
Awesome.
Very well done. Longer than I should have.
Highland Haven. It's won every major award of romantic in community. Their website is phenomenal. Kelly, my wife, who many